Hello, hello. Welcome back. It is Dana. We are here doing Felicity, Season 2, Episode 4, The Depths. So, last episode, we had Felicity making the decision to drop pre-med and become an art major, which I'm honestly not sure if I'm surprised about that or not, but it happened. Now, one of the things that I really liked about it was sort of Elena had a lot of pushback on this, and she was very much saying, like, you know, you love medicine, and the thing is that sort of resonated with me is that just because you happen to be good at something doesn't necessarily mean you love it. Felicity was good at medicine. Her grades were great. She got into the seminar or whatever, but I don't think she had the same sort of passion for it that she has for art. And then on the flip side, when she did get into the art class, the teacher was like, this art isn't really that great. So it's also sort of shows that just because you love something doesn't necessarily mean you're great at it. But she's determined to get better and not let that comment, get to her. But the other thing that happened, well, the other, kind of two things that happened were, what is that dude's name? Richard was sort of convincing Noel that Felicity was sort of out to sabotage him. And at first he was like, no, Felicity wouldn't do that. And then as the episode went on, he sort of got more and more in his head about it. And anything that happened that was anyway Felicity related, he was sort of convinced that she was out to get him. And he sort of wanted to try to date this girl who happened to be in this art class. So he took the art class so that he could be near the girl. And then Felicity was also in that art class. And she's like, listen, I'll drop the class. But there were no other classes for her to go into. And she had to take that class because it was a prereq for everything else. So they ended up sort of having to be in the class together. And when the teacher was sort of criticizing heavily her project, all of the other students sort of went in on it with the professor, with the exception of Noel, who went out of his way to say that he liked the detail in it, which the professor immediately disagreed with. But it does mean that Noel and Felicity might in some way be, what is my eyelash doing? Might in some way be working back towards some kind of a friendship, which would be great. The other thing that happened was Julie was going to move out of the loft, and then she not ran into somebody, but her roommate told her that she couldn't move in because the roommate's sister was now going to move in, so she needed a place to live. And Sean and Ben get her to stay in the loft. So now that is her permanent place of residency. So we've got Ben, Sean, and Julie all living together. And I think both Ben and Sean kind of have a thing for Julie. And we've got Noel and Elena living together. And Felicity is still living with Megan. So that's sort of, I think, where we are right now. So, also the other thing that happened was Felicity cut off all of her hair. And she's getting a lot of positive comments about it, but some negative ones mixed in, and a bunch of the negative ones came from Noel because he's still angry about her leaving him for Ben, and now, Ben broke up with her, and now she has no hair. So anyway, that's where we are. Let's jump into this episode. Here we go. Felicity, Season 2, Episode 4, The Depths. Let's do it.
Previously on Felicity.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, this is the girl that
Noel's gonna give me a walking tour of Baker Street.
Felicity sent her to him because she needed help with her computer, and Noel was the computer guy.
I should have told you something up front.
No, that would have been hard. I mean, how do you tell somebody that you're trying to steal their boyfriend?
Right?
I'm so sorry.
I don't see, these are the only two who haven't
You can be sorry or not.
be sort of on the way back to redemption. Everyone else is sort of finding their way back together a little bit, but not the two of them, which I mentioned, I think, last episode.
Come in. Hey, Carl.
Hi.
One of the advisees, I'm guessing.
It's Chuck. My
Who's
roommate
Chuck?
Chuck.
Oh.
A friend of his called, Larry. So it recorded his conversation, and so I listened to it. So he said all this stuff about me on the phone.
Like bad stuff?
Like what?
How I don't shower very often, or wash my clothes with detergent, that I eat my hair.
Things that aren't true.
Do any of
No,
that?
see, they're totally true.
Okay.
Hey there. You're weird.
You see that? I'm getting stuff and I don't know how exactly to channel my anger.
Okay,
Maybe
just
you
relax.
should like
It
take a
doesn't matter
shower,
what anyone says
wash
about
your
you.
clothes,
Just so classic. You just said those words.
and go on with your life.
I just came from Epstein Bar where your little friend Julie was performing.
I'm gonna sit him down and say, Chuck, you're a dick, Chuck.
You talked to Julie? No, I just listened to her performance.
I could just say to Chuck,
She wrote a song
if you
about
got a
it?
problem with me, let's talk it out.
Are you saying
That's what
that
you
Julie
should
played
say.
a song about me? No, the only way people knew it was about you is if the song was called Felicity. Shut up. Okay.
Maybe you're right.
So
Credo
now
for
we
it.
have to cut
How did the
to
song go?
Felicity not
I
acting
don't remember the
rationally.
whole thing. Oh, yes, I do. You two started off as friends. How you found out Julie liked Ben.
Uh-huh.
How she sacrificed her happiness for you, and how you're the worst person in the world. The worst person in the world. I'm paraphrasing.
So Felicity,
So I
I'm
guess
gonna go.
they're
Are you
not even
making this up?
close
Oh, and
to
there was
being
something
back
about
on
your
track.
hair. Slut of Washington Square.
Slut of Washington Square.
No.
Felicity,
Had a good melody.
That is so rude.
No, you're not.
maybe I should just beat my roommate up.
Yeah, go ahead, kick his ass.
You know, I think you're a better RA than Felicity.
So do I.
You two are the only
out.
ones who think that. Sure of it. So I really figured, I mean, I feel like she and Julie have to get back together somehow at some point. It does feel a little soon, but I didn't realize it was still so antagonistic because she seems to be fine with Ben. I mean, they're living together now and they get along okay, I think. So I don't exactly understand why all the animosity and hatred is directed at Felicity as opposed to Ben. Not that she shouldn't be mad at Felicity, but she should also be mad at Ben.
Dear Sally, Julie is now performing songs about me. Can you believe that? Apparently about how evil I am. I am so mad right now. But I want to punch Julie in the face.
Oh, hey!
Is Julie here?
No, I don't know where she is. Hey, you want to come? Try a brand new condiment? You heard about the song, didn't you?
Sean knew about the song.
Well,
They
Sean,
live together.
yeah,
That's
and
not the
he
point.
likes
Julie's
her.
playing this mean song about me as entertainment. I mean, I
I mean,
can't
that's
believe
true.
her. I have called her. I've tried to talk to her when I've seen her. You know, making real overtures.
Never seen you like this.
How would you feel if you found out I...
All right, look, you and Julie will make up. All right, I mean, if you and I
It's
can start
gonna
to
be a
reconcile
while.
any-
It's different between us. I mean, Julie and I were never the friends that you and I are.
Were.
Whatever.
Really? I'm not sure
I'm like,
if that's
I'm
true.
so jealous you guys have... Are we still going to the Modern?
Oh, you guys are going to the museum?
Yeah, this is what life after pre-med is like.
Yeah, I invited Ruby, if that's okay.
Yeah, hey, of course. How are you guys?
How will...
But my class is over at 1, so how about 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Think of me. I'll be examining cyclohexane conformations.
I don't feel sorry for you.
Which is so annoying.
Is, Julie gonna end up on the subway with you?
I was thinking just then how amazing the subway system is. How reliable, how perfect.
I see. Well, there's Julie. Just like I said she would be.
I don't know how, but I just knew.
What did you
Julie got
know?
on that this ride on the subway was going to be far from perfect.
Well, obviously, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to be able to tell you that. Who is that? Am I supposed to know who that is? I hate when I can't remember things I think I'm supposed to know. or want to know her.
I need 125 brownies by 5 o'clock. Can you handle that?
Okay.
I'm a caterer. I'm feeding a CD release party tonight, and my bakers have an aneurysm. Can you deliver the brownies, or am I wasting my time?
You got your brownies.
Great. Here, run through quickly. I'm on a schedule.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
Are we supposed to-
selling these items for charity.
Are we supposed to assume that he's gonna have a thing for her? Because I don't think he does, or would.
Did you get the message that I stopped by?
You could have talked to her just as well across the aisle.
Are you gonna call me? No? Is this seriously the way you're always gonna talk to me? Yeah.
That's no different than sitting right next to
The
her.
only comforting thing is knowing that I only had 4 stops to go before I was no longer in the same subway car as Julie Emmerich, singer.
Until you break down. That looks a little worse than a line issue.
The
Sure.
only 2 words I could make out were
Remain
and
calm.
calm.
Sure.
Which I definitely would not have done if that turned out to be
Do
the
not
biggest day of my
understand
life.
why the subway is so bad. Why can't you hear anything when they say things there? How much could it cost to fix that? I guess a lot.
Is it normal for the subway to stop like this?
I guess that guy's not gonna answer
Ladies,
you.
I'm here
Oh,
to announce to you a
look,
very,
you're
very
back.
special going nowhere promotion. Everything has been reduced to $4. $4.
I'm thinking this might be sarin.
I don't think it is,
Yes.
sir.
Poisonous gas.
No.
We are all
Give
so
it a shot,
conditioned to
but-
be polite, not to seem crazy.
You're welcome to go, but I'm gonna hang out here.
Hey, 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 hey. I got exactly what you need. You play the guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm good, thank you.
Huh?
It's nice for them, thank you.
Oh, nice. Is wrapped in plastic for you?
That's
Good.
If you go up there to the real world to buy one of these things, it's gonna cost you $10 easy.
But I don't want a harmonica.
Thank you. She doesn't want the harmonica, okay?
Okay, yeah, excuse me. But I was engaged in a dialogue with this nice young lady.
I don't
First
think
of all,
you
I don't
were.
know how nice she
That
is,
is not a
and second, you're
dialogue.
annoying her.
A dialogue is back and
I
forth.
was old.
You didn't have to do that. Look, I heard about your song.
Yeah.
What song? You know what song, and I think you can understand why I'm so upset. Actually, I have no idea, and that's how I deal with my anger, is through my music. Oh, so this is you after you've dealt with your anger?
It's not working out well.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
It's not like her to be late, so you guys should, you should be concerned.
Felicity will find us inside.
If she ever gets off the subway, and if Julie doesn't kill her. Maybe Julie will play the song on the subway and everyone will be annoyed.
Listen, Julie. I am
Just leave her
sorry
alone.
about everything that happened, and I don't blame you for being mad or working it out through your music. But performing that song.
Why
at a
is
club
this
where
guy,
our mutual friends hang out?
like,
I mean,
so
that's
into
like
this?
passive aggressive or something. No, it's not. You're right. It's aggressive. I mean, it's one thing to feel those things.
Why are they all
It's another
involved
thing
in
to
this?
publicize them. It's called free speech.
Okay, sure.
We hit someone.
Oh, God. You think it was a suicide? Did he get dragged under?
It was probably just a friggin' mole.
A what?
Yeah, you know, mole people. That's what they call them. People who live under New York City.
Alright.
Under?
It's a whole society down here. You know, I've heard stories.
Felicity, don't
Some
listen to
people
this
are chased
dude.
down here.
He's right. Diane Sawyer did a whole segment on that.
Hey, Take a look outside.
Okay, how about
Ooh, how convenient. Their subway stop is right outside the door to the job.
Smoothies is terrible.
fat tastic,
Fat tasting?
must ooze, lard spread, wasabi goose, spisorio,
That's pretty bad.
What?
zestrika.
I mean, that's
and
the best of the bunch, I think.
Well, yeah, I guess smoothies isn't so
I
bad.
need cookies now, too.
Oh, okay, well,
I need 25 each of chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, and cinnamon, and I need this delivered. Do you understand that?
you don't talk to people the way you do, especially when they're on their break, which
Yes,
I currently
thank
do.
you, Ben.
Right? This is me on my break. I don't mind helping you through your little... My name is Ben, and I'm a person, all right? Just like Sean here. Sean.
Benny, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't mind finding out if I could get 75 cookies by 5 o'clock.
All right, I'll go check.
So what do you think a smoothie is?
Yeah.
Smoothies.
No. No.
About what you said.
My God.
I'm not guilty. I'm angry. I mean, I called you and tried to talk to you, and you won't. Instead, I have to hear what you're thinking through Megan. Julie, I'm sorry that I went with Ben.
I don't know about how sorry
What do
you
mean
are.
you're sorry?
Like, would you still be sorry if you
I
guys
mean
were
that.
together? Like, is this...
I know that I hurt you, and I hate that.
Would you do it again if you could? Yes, which I'm not surprised about.
If you and Ben were still dating, of course I wouldn't have gone.
Don't try and justify what you did. You know how I felt, and you still went with him.
After you went and told Noel what you'd heard.
Which was that you were going with Ben. Because I walked in on
Oh
you when you
my
were about
God.
to kiss him. And
The last thing I wanted to do was to hurt you.
No, I think the last
don't-
thing you wanted to do was
Look,
do the
Jack-
right thing.
Sometimes the right thing isn't always an easy answer.
All right. You two shut the hell up.
I'm with that guy.
What, she stole your boyfriend?
I mean,
Open your eyes. These aren't problems. They're luxury items. Do you know where I was going today? Trying to get alone. So maybe me and my family could eat.
very difficult. It's even more difficult now than it was then.
Shut your mouths, because I'm tired of hearing about your frills that you call trouble.
Problems are relative. A broken heart can be even more painful than a broken rib.
My sympathy lies with the girl in purple.
They're
I
both
think
in
you were
purple.
betrayed.
What?
Thank you.
Neither one of you get my sympathy.
Hi, Judd Berman. I'm an attorney.
Oh my God, this is
I was on the
insane.
spot.
And none of you can pass judgment on these two girls without all the facts.
No, please don't let's lay this out
What
in
are
a
you two
court
so
of law
upset
in the subway.
She's mad because I wrote a song about her and then I performed it in public.
First thing I do is have you play the song for the jury.
Well, I would be incredibly interested in hearing the song.
I mean, I would too,
Yeah, Julie, right?
but I
Play
don't
the song.
really think this is a good idea.
Yeah, fine. Go ahead. Play the song.
The song is called Felicity.
And she should be like, I'm Felicity. And why is her guitar not painted anymore? Or is this the new guitar that Ben bought? Maybe. Didn't even get to hear it. That's annoying.
So is that true? You stole her boyfriend?
No.
Of course it's true.
No, they were broken up.
What? Then what the hell are you bitching about?
Yes, the body wasn't even cold.
Two best friends torn apart by a man.
Julie,
This is so
is it true
weird.
you used to date Ben?
Yes.
Is it true you have since moved in with the same man?
Yes.
That you could forgive him, but not your supposed best friend?
That was the question
That is
I
a good
asked
question.
in the beginning of the episode.
I don't know if it was cabin fever or lack of oxygen, or if we just happened to be stuck with the strangest strangers of all time.
Yes,
but it
it's
became like
the
a
last
free-for-all.
one.
But no.
That should not happen on a subway.
So hold it. You knew Felicity liked Ben for like years, right?
So?
So what's the surprise? And no kidding, she's gonna go with him.
My point before was that I didn't have a lot of girlfriends.
Oh, right. You one of those guy chicks like a sex toy.
What?
Yeah, I don't.
Ew.
Anyway, Felicity was my first real best friend, and I mean, you can understand why I'd be so surprised that she did what she did.
If you two hate each other so much, then why are you guys traveling together?
We're not traveling together. We just happened to get on the same subway car. I'm going to the museum.
Maybe there's a reason you found yourself on the same train. Maybe you two are the reason the train stopped.
Tell
All
that
right.
to the dead guy on the tracks.
Let's not get crazy
This
now,
is why
lady.
we're all here,
No.
to help you two reunite.
No. Oh, I don't know. This episode is like... I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I think that both sort of Felicity and Julie have the right to be upset.
I like that you said what you did. It was absolutely merited.
So they are gonna get together?
I am here inviting you to it.
Oh.
A good friend of mine is throwing it. It's one of the reasons I wanted to go so well, why I'm so stressed out, you know. But I'd like it if you could go. I'd like to see you there, Ben.
No commitment. I don't know, is he gonna go? She definitely seems to like him,
This is really good.
but I don't know what that's gonna mean.
Zap glue?
Yeah, it's my favorite kind of glue.
So you rate your glues.
Yeah.
I was so afraid she was not gonna be into this, even though she was really putting out signs that she... Oh, there goes the model. I have no issues with Noel dating this girl, or just making out with her. Alright, I have never been trapped on the subway for more than like 10 or 15 minutes. It's like the longest it's ever been stopped when I was on it.
The way I see it, you two, best friends, were never best friends to begin with.
Actually, sir, I really think we were.
You two met when you were both seriously lonely. Maybe
yes.
you both needed a best friend.
So you think it's friendship of convenience?
You shared a few things together. Of course, what you had never really earned that title.
I could see that.
I had a best friend for 63 years.
But you can't get a best friend of 63 years if you don't start young.
You can't get a best friend. Best friends become. Judging something like that after 1 year, even if you got all the facts,
I don't know,
I
that
don't
seems...
think you two were best friends to begin with.
I mean, that seems pretty wise. I mean, I've known my best friend for pretty much my whole life. I think we were like 5 when we met. Then we had a period where we were apart for a while, and now we're back together. It's lovely.
You're either gonna come through this on your way to becoming the kind of friends you thought you were, or you become memories.
Well, that's
Memories that will fade.
pretty much
into
everything.
nothing.
I don't disagree with that dude. He makes some really good points. But how do we feel about his points, though, ladies? That's a little convenient, isn't it? Everyone is so happy. I'm wondering if that happened. Like, I can't imagine an entire subway car just, like, chatting. I mean, they were there for, like, 5 hours, so maybe. Close
So
now?
good luck to you two.
Thanks. You too.
Hey, man. You got a problem with that loan? You give me a call, all right? All right, man.
What are they feeling right now?
Wow, actual air.
What are we doing? How do we feel?
It's been a really weird day.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Yeah, there's a lot of strange people in this.
And we're two of them.
I was gonna say, so are you guys.
So, do you want to, go get a cup of coffee or something?
No, thanks. I'm just gonna go back to the loft.
Where I live with my ex and your ex.
Okay.
I don't know, does that leave the line of communication open, or... I mean, she was a little
Julie and I spent hours in a
less
subway car underneath
snippy
New York City.
than she was earlier.
And I don't think we came out very well. All I can do is ask her forgiveness.
Yeah,
It's up to her.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling you.
Still, even if we weren't ever real best friends, I miss her.
I don't know. And even if you weren't real best friends, you
Come in.
certainly had the potential to become them.
Oh, you're here. What happened to you?
Oh, the subway broke down.
Thank God. Because could Noel Crane be any cuter? Oh,
What does one have to do with the other?
he's like this nerdy graphic design type, but with a total stud body. That almost never happens. He's also like the most amazing kisser.
Oh.
He's such a hottie.
I don't think Knowles knows how to keep things simple either.
I'm happy for you.
Me too.
I mean, that looked like a sincere "I'm happy for you."
And seriously, thank you so much for not coming.
You're welcome.
So now she's playing Wing Woman. Somehow. He went to this party? Alright, so maybe he doesn't actually like Julie like I thought he did again. Maybe it's just Sean on the Julie train. And I think she should have told him that it's like an upscale formal type party, so that he doesn't show up in like, jeans and a guinea tea or something. Is she gonna meet somebody here at the museum? Oh, she's gonna meet Julie here at the museum.
That song was really mean. Yeah, a little.
But true.
But like you said, I'm not gonna play it anymore.
So, we have had some sort of a
Thanks.
breakthrough. That is a great shot.
This is really great, isn't it?
And I like very much how... Oh, it's over. I like very much how they sound very echoey in that museum, which sort of makes it feel like this... I mean, it's because they're two small people in a big space, but it also makes them sound like a little distant towards each other, which I think really plays well into what's going on in their lives right now. But anyway, so this episode, how do we feel? I'm not entirely sure how we feel. This was an entire episode pretty much on the subway, and at first I felt like the dude who was like, I don't want to hear about this anymore. I was on his side until he started sort of bitching about how their problems weren't actual problems. And I always sort of feel like it's kind of disingenuous to feel like, or to tell yourself like, yes, whatever's happening in my life is hard or whatever, but so many other people have it so much worse. And while technically, yes, that's true, it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the other people. But I was sort of on his side about the fact that they don't need to be like arguing and bickering about this on the subway. I think Felicity knew 100% exactly what she was doing and exactly what was going to happen when she chose not to go with Noel and to go with Ben. She knew 100% that there was no way that this would go over well with anyone. I mean, except maybe Julie. Except maybe Elena. But she's not really integral to that, factor of people. So as much as I want to be like, she was wrong, and Julie was sort of wrong too, Felicity 100% knew exactly what would happen. And if she didn't, then she's naive and an idiot. But she had to have known that this would completely blow up in her face. So I don't really blame Julie per se. However, I am 100% with that other person who was like, you can't forgive Felicity, but you're living with Ben. You had no problem forgiving him, which I've been saying for like 2 episodes now. So I'm with that guy. And it did very much seem like Julie was a little bit taken aback by that. Like, okay, that's not, I have no grounds on which to dispute that. And I wonder if that's the thing that sort of got to her a little bit, where she was able to approach Felicity later and be like, listen, I thought about the song. You're right. It was mean. I don't know. But I feel like that probably had to have something to do with it. Other things that happened in this episode were girl whose name I don't remember sort of getting together with Noel. And it doesn't seem like she knew that Felicity used to date Noel, just that she and Noel are friends. So I wonder what's going to happen when we become, like, when that shows itself later. Did we get any Elena in this episode? Not really. I think we saw her for like 10 seconds. But again, Elena needs things to do. She finally got a storyline, and it lasted for all of like a hot minute. And it was a shitty storyline too. But now she has something to do again. She's just Noel's roommate, and she studies medicine, but she doesn't have any storylines of her own. We need to give the girl something to do. It's been a long time. Either they need to find something for her, or she doesn't need to be like a main character in this show. So, what else happened? And then Ben with the, I don't know what's going on there. Ben with the getting all of the baked goods for this party. I don't know. That seemed kind of dumb. I was not really into it, but I did really like his retort to her when she was like, "Get me some shit, bitch." That was kind of delightful. And anybody who's ever worked in any kind of retail or restaurant capacity knows how satisfying it would be to say that to people, even though you can't. Is that all? I think for the most part, that's pretty much all we need to say. So, hopefully you had a good time. I certainly did. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!